Well, welcome back, guys, to the Institute. My name is Eriss, and I'll be your ferryman today, taking you guys to the other end of the molecular relay. Holy crap. We did it. I assume that's it. Message from Tom. Copy encrypted. There we go. Read urgent 101. Acknowledge, meet at the advanced systems maintenance room. Sick. Okay. So we did our part. Now, let's go find Sean.
Hello.
Hi.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Oh no, we've been institutionalized.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Are you sure?
Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do.
This is beautiful.
For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy.
Uh-oh.
And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone.
Are you sure about that?
You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Yep. That's, yeah. Shawnee boy. Where are you, Shawnee? Why are there so many freaking elevators? Whoa, why is this so short?
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Been looking for you.
Sean. I've been looking for you for so long.
Who are you?
I'm your mom.
Sean, it's me. I'm your mom.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
You okay?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Open the... It'll be okay.
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. Mommy's here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Father?
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! She's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father?
Father. That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute. Just as you are a parent to your son, to Sean.
Sarcasm.
God. All we're missing are the teacups and the white rabbit.
Ah, levity. Excellent. A sure sign that you adapt quickly to
Obviously, I adapt quickly.
But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How?
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? It wasn't right.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine.
I wanted my
So
son.
they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Human synths.
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations
Why is he
that
okay
had
with
crept
this?
into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Why is he okay with this? You were here the whole time.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You used him.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge.
Killed your
What
father.
else can I say to ease your mind?
Your father.
Your father. He never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to him was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems what happened to him was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
The Institute.
So, you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
They're scared of you.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand.
You slaughtered
Ultimately, the
people.
Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs.
Murdered people.
Your presence would be appreciated
government
as
from
we approach
forming.
them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
No, but... you have to play the part. Desdemona told us to play the part. Stay here.
You want me to stay here in the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Agree.
Things are pretty terrible up there.
I've seen it myself. I know. That is why we are so committed to creating a better life for ourselves here. And it's a life that you can now be part of. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart.
Sure you do.
Will you take that chance?
Yes. Yes, we will.
All right.
Thank you.
She gritted her teeth
The
too.
Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Dr. Lee's here. Awesome. Okay. Then we will not end here. We will actually go wander. Let's go take a tour. Take a self-appointed tour of this place a little bit.
Almost done. Just need
While
to
meeting
tighten
some
up
of
this
these people.
primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their
Doesn't he look
projected
kinda like Nick?
lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks again.
Of course.
The
We're all
Institute
looking
is my
forward to
life.
working with you.
I hope it'll be yours too.
Cool, hi.
Hey, Doc. They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much. I think most
Yeah,
people would have
insects,
just
it
given
looks
up.
like big.
If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
Finding my son.
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in.
Cool.
Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built all this?
Who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
Jeez. Yeah, I bet you will be. Okay, Allie Fillmore, let's...
Greetings.
Hi.
As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Barter.
I'll take a look. Sure.
What do you have? Corsair outfit. Division head coat. Dang. Kinda sick though. 25% fire rate, 15% faster reload. Ooh. I don't want that. Sick. Okay. So, here is... I will do the actual tour. So here's the tube, the elevator that we came down in. This is that main elevator that overlooks this entire space. So I believe this is the med bay. Not med bay, but this is the general area, general shop area, I guess. The canteen is over here, where everyone comes to
It's an
eat.
honor to have you. Supplement 77 has been discontinued.
That is correct.
That was my favorite one.
Child.
Huh?
Hi, Alice.
there.
Bet it's pretty boring down here compared to up there.
You're right.
Please feel free to enjoy one of
Oh,
our nutritious and
that's a canteen. This entire place is color coded. So advanced systems, bioscience.
Useless machine.
This is bioscience, which is where Virgil worked. We're gonna take our time dealing with Virgil's request. By the way, we will do it. We will do it. We will do it. We're gonna take our time though, because it's a bit tricky. But
Reports on batch 274. Not yet.
look at this.
Dr.
got-
Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
Look at these guys. They make
It's been
gorillas.
a real inspiration for me.
I bet he's your entire freaking life.
Did I turn off the interferometer?
That's a big word. But yeah, so bioscience grows like the food.
We have more than
They experiment with, you know, life,
Those
bio.
people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering.
We can at least admit that it's regrettable.
Yeah.
After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
What?
Yes,
What?
well... I suppose you're right.
What?
I'm sorry, but I'm too preoccupied for chit-chat.
Hi.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
What work?
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
The gorillas aren't real?
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
Mm-hmm. I would like to.
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Medical care.
You mentioned medical care? I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist and also serves as the Institute's resident physician. Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. Just pay him a visit whenever you need to. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
Awesome. If he hurts me, I'm gonna sue you all. I'm kidding. There's no lawyers. I'm the last living lawyer. Okay, so that's the bioscience room. We'll be going back in there to help Virgil when we get around to that. We will help Virgil, I promise. I'm not a monster. He will hate me, but I promise you I'm not a monster. Okay, then we're back to where we were, which is question mark space. Then we're gonna head over to robotics.
Keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. The last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. All right, that's all for now. You can
really
resume
funny.
your duties.
Hi, what are you?
Excuse me, Doctor.
It's a real juggling act, trying to keep all the systems down here operating in the green. This place might look shiny and new, but there's a lot of old technology in these walls. I lose sleep worrying about when the next blackout's gonna hit.
How old?
How old are we talking about?
Well, the reactor and a lot of the related systems. You know, cooling, monitoring, power distribution. That's all pre-war tech. Most of the superstructure down here was built later, by the people who survived the war. I guess each generation's been tinkering with the place, adding labs, making upgrades, and so on. There's some stuff I need to check on. See you around, yeah?
Cool. Bye. Let's go into robotics. See what we can find in there.
It was probably just a glitch in the nervous system.
The fork. Hi. Oh.
Why can't it have a soul? Then it is a living person by every standard. Of course it is.
That's so interesting. Build like all of the nerves and organs and everything. Be realistic.
Know where to find it.
just a moment. I never said that. I'm simply trying to open everyone's eyes to new possibilities.
Well, it's an unwanted distraction. We're men of science, philosophers. Do well to remember that.
Another lovely day, isn't it?
It sure is. Oh, there we go. There's a living one. Yeah, they like, after they do that, get all the muscles put on. I didn't want to watch all that 'cause it takes a while. You go over there, defibrillate him, drop him in the bat. You know, like he's building. He's over here. Yeah, and then they dock him. Check. Prove. Move. And drop him in. I don't know if you guys care about seeing this part, but yeah. And then person comes up and they go into processing and become a different person. Yeah, so this is robotics.
3 levels of approval.
Who's in charge here?
With our third generation synths,
Hi.
we've improved upon humanity.
Doctor?
You've arrived at a momentous time. Our third generation synths are a true breakthrough.
Are they?
Culmination of centuries of research. It's no exaggeration to say that they're superior in almost every way to human beings.
That's impressive.
What I've seen so far is pretty impressive.
It's just the beginning. Like I said, a momentous time.
However, so we're gonna check out the main labs, and then we're gonna call it from there. And next time we will go meet up with Patriot and take care of that stuff. I'll level up at some point, I promise. This game is really nagging me about it. But isn't this place just so pretty? We have SRB and wherever Dr. Lee is. Since retention is SRB.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell.
Hi, Doc.
Pass along your message, Doctor.
Welcome.
I'll cut up there.
It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you come to think of the Institute as your home.
I hope so.
It'll take some time, but I could learn to like it here.
I'm so glad to hear you say so, and promise I'll work hard to make sure that you do. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here. See that you do.
Cool. Okay, let's go meet Dr. Io. So in Fallout 3,
What now?
All this must be a little overwhelming.
we had
for you.
yes.
Maybe I should
Pardon
take some
me.
courses with me.
In Fallout 3, we had a person visit who was looking for a synthetic man.
There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
And
You
I
going
forgot what his
soft
name
on
was.
me, Alana?
I
My
killed
methods
him in
get
my game.
results, and they will this
I didn't
time
kill
as
him in the
well.
mission, I killed him after the mission.
You'll see.
The directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
Hi,
Hi,
Doc.
Justin.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
Have you guys not
I'm
been
sure
watching
you
this entire time?
understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Don't trust
Why?
me?
Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider. The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so it's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Synths escape?
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our
Yeah,
main
strong
instrument
eyebrow
is the
bone.
Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. Well, I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
A crazy woman told me a code. Combat experience.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough.
I may have used a
Now,
code
unless
that
you
I
need
wasn't
something
supposed to
else, I'll
have.
get back to work.
Cause the crazy lady told me. Whoopsies. Acting head of SRB?
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who are you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units.
He never
In
came
his
back.
absence, I keep things running smoothly.
Dr. Zimmer, motherfrickers! You remember him from Fallout 3? I'm pretty sure canonically he died. He's dead and they're just covering it up. Of course, also he was a really old man. There was also a question out there if he was a synth. That's my favorite question out there.
Status. All functions normal.
But we have.
Remember, health and happiness go hand in hand.
We'll start the next.
Yes, that's true. That is actually very true. Health and happiness do go hand in hand. If you're healthy, you are happy, typically. If you're not healthy, if you're not 100% healthy, you're probably not 100% happy. That's true. That's big true. But
she's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
jeez. Girls having fun in there. Let's go meet the head of this department. Dr. Madison Lee of Rivet City.
Excuse me, Doctor? Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
What work?
What is it you're working on? Advanced systems, special projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Yay, winning! What does it do?
A Courser chip? What's it do? The same thing it does for our Coursers. Creates a link to the relay that allows them, and now you, to get in and out at will. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Everything okay?
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense. Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
That's valid. Okay. So...
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive, but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. Benet has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far. It's starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
Rue. Wow, okay. interesting. But we have now met the heads of our departments, and I am gonna call it here. Next time, we're gonna get more in depth with the missions, the side quests that are down in here, and really get to know this place for as it is. Because there's obviously a lot more locations here. That's just the main, what I just showed you guys is just the main area that we're gonna be hanging out in. But that is all the time we have for today. So that was Fallout 4. We made it, guys. We made it to the Institute. I thought it was my really long time till we actually made it here. Oh my gosh. But if you guys enjoyed that video, please slap that like button. You want more content from me? Hit subscribe. And until next time, guys, be good, behave, stay out of trouble, and don't get caught. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.